And now to our special look at rethinking college this graduation season. Our stories have been focused on programs that are helping lower income students climb the ladder to economic stability. Tonight we head to Chicago, where there's a new plan to make sure kids pursue a college degree or have another viable career path after high school. Ari Srinivasan has the story. It's for our weekly segment, Making the Grade.
I want you to take this next sheet that says GPA tracker.
Students at North Grand High School in Chicago know their teachers have high expectations.
We have talked so much about GPA and how every assignment in every class counts.
But on this day, freshman seminar teacher Brett Murphy upped the ante.
The class that has the highest GPA as a whole will get to shave my head right here in the middle of the classroom sitting in a chair.
A high school on academic probation just 5 years ago, North Grand's new focus on raising grades has transformed them into a top-performing school, even before teacher Murphy decided to have fun with the idea.
The first person will take an electric razor and zoom it across my entire head. The next student will come up here and lather my head up with a bunch of shaving cream.
North Grand High principal Emily Feltus.
So the idea of freshman seminar came because we wanted to help our kids learn how to do high school successfully. So really getting them into this mindset of college is possible, I am capable.
The seminar is part of a new citywide strategy to get students prepared for life after high school. It's called Learn, Plan, Succeed.
By 2020, in order to get a diploma from the Chicago Public Schools, a student will have to prove that they either have a job, will be joining a trade school, will go on to college, or join the military.
High school degree doesn't cut it anymore.
The idea came from Chicago's mayor, Rahm Emanuel.
You just have to show either a letter from college, a letter of acceptance from a branch of the armed forces, or a letter of acceptance from a trade school. That will give us the confidence that you have a plan for the future. You're not just dropping off the cliff on high school graduation day.
Is that the responsibility of the city of Chicago?
It's a responsibility to the kids of the city of Chicago, yes.
Your FAFSA has been submitted.
North Grand senior Joshua Zais was accepted at 8 schools. Neither his parents nor his older brothers went to college.
Their high school really didn't push them to excel to the next level. Here, it's a requirement.
But Zais has reasons beyond the district's expectations. Last year, his 19-year-old brother, who he says took the wrong path, was shot and killed.
Seeing where he dropped out and how his life went, that was something that actually motivated me not to do. I honestly don't want to struggle. That's my thing. I honestly don't want to struggle. I want to have my career and I'm set, happy, home, and
Should the city be worried about what happens after graduation?
I think it's our moral imperative to be worried about what happens for our children after graduation. The old days of we've got you graduated out of high school are done.
According to Janice Jackson, the CEO of Chicago Public Schools, 60% of high school students already meet the graduation requirement.
The other 40%, that's the group that we're most concerned about. What we're trying to do is ensure that the students who need it the most are the ones that are receiving the support.
There's going to be people that said, listen, you just moved the goal line for what constitutes a diploma. A child has worked their 12 years. They should get this piece of paper without having to tell you what 2 more years looks like.
I didn't move the goalpost. The economy did. Companies today are looking for somebody with a minimum of something post-high school.
Critics of Chicago's plan question if cash-strapped schools will be able to provide the support and guidance a student needs to meet the new requirement. Christy Brooks is a school counselor and represents counselors for the Chicago Teachers Union.
My main concerns are that we're not resourcing that plan. We need more counselors in our schools and we need funds for that.
Brooks wants the city to limit the student-to-counselor ratio and stop asking school counselors to perform duties that are outside their role as advisors.
And Chicago Public Schools ranks 28th out of 30 on the very low end of counselor to student ratios. Principals have to allow counselors to actually do counseling work with kids. We can't be pulled to be counting tests all the time. We can't be pulled to do recess duty and lunch duty 3 hours a day.
Mayor Emanuel has been under fire by teachers and neighborhoods for closing dozens of schools.
Do you have enough counselors?
So I don't think it's a situation where you need more counselors. I think we have to look at some of the duties that counselors have and maybe relieve them of some of those.
This spring, the mayor tapped employees from its vast community college system to assist counselors and students with the new requirement.
By integrating the community college system We're ensuring an integration that kids do not fall between the gap between high school graduation and whatever else they do in life.
But some ask if the new advisors have the qualifications needed.
What are their credentials? Are they certified? School counselors hold master's degrees and licenses. Do they know our kids? We get to know our kids.
So how's the grades coming?
At North Grand High School, Principal Emily Feltis made the decision to hire more qualified school counselors. But to do so, she had to forego some classroom technology like computers and smartboards.
The ratio is lower, and we have a full-time college coach. Not all schools are as fortunate or are in that shape.
And at North Grand, some freshmen already had plans for their future.
Once I get my degree, to be a professional basketball player.
To be a culinary chef.
Study to be a veterinarian.
But others remained skeptical that the new requirement was a good fit for all students.
At our age, we still young and we still figuring out what we want to do with our life. So I think we should have more time to figure out where we want to go with our futures.
What's the scenario where a student can't meet these requirements and doesn't get a diploma?
I'm telling you that scenario won't happen. We're not saying it's just out of hope or aspirations. We intervene before it's too late.
In Chicago, for the PBS NewsHour, I'm Hari Srinivasan.